still being checked. So I really prioritize those who already finished their dues, because it was an instruction from the chairman and the dean. So I also got a bit lazy as well. That's why I'm still checking on that. I got busy with the research conference and all the other events this month. Also the SAFA Design Week. But anyway, we're getting back on track. We have 4 weeks left until the sort of finals week. That's from May 23 to May 27, with 27 being our exam day. That's really literally the last day of our classes, so I can't move it any further. So next week's goals will be the discussion of street design and seafront design. We'll assign the reportings in a few minutes. And then the finals week, basically finals week 1 next week, will be April 25. We'll have discussion on street design, probably reporting. And then April 29, no class, General Assembly, because of the CTFA General Assembly. And then week 2, this is May 2. From 2 to 3, I'll be in another teachers meeting, so I can't join. I'll be joining at 3 to 4. Will be a lecture on seafront design. I think attendance will be optional, so since I'll be just recording. But the bonus of attending is that you can ask questions and you can get involved with the discussion. Next is May 6th. On the Friday of that week, we'll have discussions on local urban design standards like National Building Code and other relevant documents. We'll touch a little bit on that today, just to get started ahead. And then week 3, May 9 and May 13, basically Philippine Elections Week. May 9 is an actual holiday, but May 13 we can squeeze in some class time. Maybe just 1 hour for an exam on plaza, street, seafronts, and local urban design standards, with a 1-hour discussion afterwards. And then by the middle of May, really check your final dues so that they won't be delayed in ISMIS. Next, the second to the last week, May 16 and May 20, we'll have a discussion on placemaking, basically bringing everything we discussed about urban design, designing for people, streets, plazas, seafronts, and local standards, and how you can sort of apply it in your local communities. So this is where you will show examples of placemaking in your area, or if there aren't any, how could you propose your own placemaking project? And an example for this would also be your bus terminals, because the bus terminal, you have 20 buses. We really limited it to 20 buses so that you can have some space for open plazas or a park, and that will be an opportunity for you to use your placemaking principles. Next, there's the May 20 Friday discussion, follow-up discussion on placemaking and summary of urban design and architecture. And then the actual finals week, that Monday, May 23, will be a free review day, optional attendance, and then the exam will be on that Friday, May 27, which will be about 1 hour long, and the classes will end May 28. So hopefully everything is paid and you have no more problems with getting your grade. Okay, so that's a 20-minute discussion of that. Next, let's divide up the group for the seafront discussion. Let me show you the book, or which parts of the book we'll be looking at. Okay, quick question to the class. Do you want to maintain your groupings? I think for the most part, since you chose it, you would want to use the same groupings. Just put it as a poll. Do you want to keep the same group? Yes, or I think most people would say yes. I'm just asking for formality's sake, launch. Okay, let me load up the section here. Urban design. Okay, most people would say yes, as expected. So streets, this is really the most interesting thing for me, because there's a lot of streets in Cebu. Although they are not well-designed streets, they do exist. Compared to the plazas, which don't really exist in Cebu, there's a very, very few, like Fuente Osmeña. Fuente Osmeña is really our only public sort of plaza. It also is a park. Oh, that's also another thing I need to discuss. Let me note to myself. New slide. Discuss differences between plaza and park. Mm, and that'll be for later. 36, 40. Saving that. Documents, AR3233, discussion, April 22. Okay, so we did plazas. I'll clarify some questions in a bit, but after that, we'll be looking at mm, streets. So similar situation here, streets. I think I made a visual aid for this. Okay, not here. Is it under my documents? Or actually, let me load up the old Canvas page. Modules. I'll fill this in. It looks like a lot, but yeah, probably take me the whole weekend to do that. Well, let's make a new module for streets. Add module. Let's add some pages from the previous semester. Oops. Page. Where is it? Introduction, blah, 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 blah. Simple geometric shape, closed plazas, links plazas. Placemaking case study, summary. Okay. Introduction to streets. Let me just publish that. Okay, here we go. This is my old sort of presentation. It's basically my summary notes from streets. So we're looking at main forms of the European city street because that's like the standard for what a good street is. Mostly because these cities are so old that they have been sort of established even before the invention of the private automobile or the cars. So they really focus on walking and the people. So this is the trend now, as far as I know, as of like 2018, that urban designers want to bring back the people to the streets and like remove, not really remove, but sort of regulate the use of motorized vehicles in city centers. Outside city centers or in between city centers, you have to use the vehicle because how do you get there in the first place? But within dense urban cores, we have a lot of people living in a very small space. Walking and cycling is really the more efficient mode of transportation because, as we discussed before, it takes up less road space and it's safer. Less people get killed because of what do you call this, walking or cycling. It's really because of fast moving cars that a lot of like traffic accidents happen. Buses, the bigger the car, the more potential for the loss of life. And then in this chapter of the book, you'll be describing the types of streets. I think I'll handle the types of streets. This a bit how you would say abstract or a bit nebulous or esoteric the way Moulton describes the types of streets. He calls it the tragic, the comic, and the satiric. So just with those names, it sounds very kanang not what they call this, scientific and very artsy, very artsy. So we'll focus on the more practical side. So there are about three functions of the street. Let's see. Let's see. Link between buildings, facilities, physical. No, there's two functions of the street, and the third sort of section of this chapter talks about the physical factors that influence um, street use. And then the quality or forms of the streets, there are four. Let's see here. Street length, street proportion, unity, and street design. These are more factors in street quality. So street length, street proportion, unity, and street design, and axial planning. Hmm. I think we can divide the groups here um, for four groups on street form and one group for the function of a street. So very simple lang ang function of the street. I think it has one whole chapter on it. Let's see here. How long is this section on the functions of the street? Square, 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 square. Also notice there's a summary at the end of each section, so it'll be good to read the summary at the end before like tackling your topic, so that you have like an idea of where you want to go. So functions of a street start here at page 129 and until the interstices, intervening space, blah, 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 until 133. So that's 129, 130, 131, 132, 133. So about 5 pages. The forms of the street, let's see here. So street length, a bit shorter. Let me move this out of the way. So that's 135, 136, 137, 138, 139. About like 5 pages as well, so that's even. Because I noticed like the sections of the plazas were not even. Some were longer, some were shorter. So I'm just checking if the sections are more evenly distributed here. For street proportion, it starts at 140, 141, 142, 143. Oh, wait. 141, 142. So there's only 2 pages for that. Unity in street design. So that's 143, 144, 145, 146. Let me go back again. 1, 3, 44, 45, 6, 7, 8, 59, 50. Seems to keep going and going. I think these are examples already. Wow, that was very long. Let's see here. 1. So these are the parts of the book that let's see here. I myself have. Where do we go back to square? Hang on. 160. Okay. I think we might divide up this unity for streets. 1, 2, 3. Crap. Sorry, the PDF is being weird. 160. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm not going to count the 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Woo, 17 pages on Unity. But I think about two of those pages are for kanang examples on successful street design. So I think I might need to have 2 groups for Unity. And then axial planning, that's 1. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. And then about 2 of those pages are images. So I think one group can handle this. Okay. Notice na wala na ang mga highlights because I kind of skipped it. But it's good that we have the chance to do this this time around, this sem. So how I will divide the groups probably will be like this. I'll discuss that in a bit. New slide over here. Groups for street design. So I'll probably cover the definitions. Let's see here. I'll do the types of streets and functions of the streets. I'll leave the quality or form of the streets to you guys. Let's see. Definition, function, and forms will be done by me. Forms. And then the quality of streets by student groups. So we'll divide it like this. Excuse me. Length one group, LNGHT. Then street proportion, one group. Group 2, group 1. Then we have to divide street unity into two groups, street unity 1, group 3. Unity 2, group 4, and street unity, oh no, sorry, axial planning. Planning will be group 5. Okay, let's see. And I will assign the groups in a bit. Let me just double check because some people didn't have groups. So if I go to the grades here, yep, I think one of those people is Roche because he doesn't have internet. So go here, group. Yeah, that's Roche who doesn't have a group because like he doesn't have internet. And Paglinawan, Paglinawan, are you here?
Yes, sir.
So I know you're from a different batch. So either you want to group with them, which might be a bit difficult kay lahi mong batch. So I'll probably ask you to do something for me na we'll research both on the kanang form and the function. And I think, yeah, that will also count as your makeup activity for not being part of the Plaza presentations. I think exactly because you're from a different batch na murag wala ka coordinate sa mga uban students.
Yes, sir. Absent ba ko ato nga time, sir, mo to. Wala ko kabaw.
Yeah.
So,
Okay ra, okay ra. At least it wasn't an exam day, so we can still make up for this. Let me see here. Yeah, I think I'll put you on forms na lang. I'll help you with it para murag mas move flow ang presentations. And of course, since what year are you in?
fifth year, sir.
Pag yun ako, so kaya na nimo. But I'll help you. Don't worry. I'll maybe set up the PowerPoints and you can fill in like blanks where I kanang hotdan yung time like I cannot finish the PowerPoint. I'll help you explain. Okay. Okay. Now let's assign the groups. Let's see here. Okay. Let's look at the spin the wheel thing. A wheel spin. Okay. Let's group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5. Okay. Let me see. How do I divide this? I don't think I can divide it like this. Can I have from the previous groups? Can I have? Can you give me one representative, or maybe I'll just take the names over here. Here. Okay. Speed grader. Yep. It's no submissions. So let's say, I think this is Nuclear Plaza by Bakul Wayne. Wayne, are you here? Wayne, are you here? Wala si Wayne. What about Balonda, Jude? Wala po? We're like full here. Or nakamute mo.
Hello,
Sir,
sir. Good
yes.
good afternoon, sir.
Okay,
Sorry,
this
sir,
is
nag-CRG sir.
Balonda. Okay. I'll just make you the representative of your group, huh? Balonda group. And then let's see here next. I think I have the PDFs here. Hang on. Things to grade. Sample Plaza, Solar Community. Let's see. Gwyneth Katakis. Hello, wala si Gwyneth. What about Mondaris? Shania. I always get like confused by your first name. I just call you Mondaris. Are you here? You're here. Hello? Hello. Yeah, I just want you to confirm para you know what's happening. Wala. Okay. I think AFK. Omo, Hana.
Yes, sir.
Is this Hannah? You're here? Okay. I'll make you the representative of your group, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. And just to show that I'm being completely random with this, let's see. Next group NATO is okay. D Patrick.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll make you the representative of your group. For those who are not here, just let them know that what the groups are. Okay. Okay. Oh wait, that's still the same group. And that's still the same group. Okay. Matulak, Jamina.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll make you the representative of your group. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's everyone's group, I think, right? Let me just download everything. Wait, I have the videos for this. Okay. Let me see here. Oh, I didn't get the videos up yet. Let's see. Beatrice Wano, Billion. Let me just download all the submissions just to be sure. Download submissions. Okay, so I think we need just 5 groups. If there are more groups, then we can just add in a bit.
Sir,
Yes.
our group we didn't pass the PPT, sir, but we reported, sir.
Yes, it was the one na kung ano, katong nakuwangan. Let's see. Wait, I have it here on my. I have it here there. Sorry. So we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I only have 5 groups here. So the Balonda group, the Kwan, the Arambala group. Or wait, did I choose multiple names here? Let me double check. So in Balonda's group, that's Balonda, Bacol, Villaruel, Sorilia. Let me double check. Downloads. Fresh. Oh crap, it's still just downloading now. AR3233 Plaza presentations. Okay. Kinsa asa ka na group ang atong whoever said who used their
Arambala group, sir.
Arambala group, okay.
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ano na sobra man akong group? I'll just put your name here lang sa. Sama akong double. So in Katakis' group, it's si Omo mo na doble. Wala din si Katakis. I just typed it and I forgot to remove it. Okay. So this is to decide who will be reporting on the street length. Okay, let's see. Put here first 10 pages, then next 10 pages. So let's spin. Who will get the first topic on street length? Ang Arambala group. Yay! Let's see, let me close this. Oops. Exit. This is the Arambala. Okay. Next group. So the Matulak group, that's Matulak, Montenegro, Cabilian, and Roche? Where's Roche in this group? Let me double check. Come on, hopefully that downloaded. Okay, presentations are here. Documents, desktop. AR. Close. So these files are very big. I think this is the same file. Balonda and Jude are in the same group. Yep. You remove that. It's a different group. That's, wait, is that the same group? Hang on. Okay, that's another group. And this is the same group, I think. Yeah, same group. This is the same group. Why is the file size different? D. Galion do Mercado Viohan. D. Galion Mercado do Viohan. Okay. That's another group. Muna yung dako ang 46 MB. Mondaris is dominated plaza. We can remove that. We open up the dominated plaza. Homo Wanotan. Homo Wanotan. This one is the Matulak, Montenegro, Cabilian, Rosales, and Seno. So Rosales. Oh, why are there two? Double ang submission ni Rosales. Well, Seno. Okay, Cyrilia is part of the nuclear square group. Bacol Balonda. Okay. Oops, cancel. Cancel. Use the same file. Okay. Okay. Okay, just making sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll if I can turn on the preview pane for this. That's Nuclear Square, Dominated Plaza, Link Plazas, Closed Plazas. Yeah, and then the one group that did not submit. But I have your grade here on the papers. That is the Arambala group. Yeah. Okay. Okay, remove. Oh, wait, before I do that, let's check. To that group. And then the next one will be Street Unity. There we go, Balonda group. And then one more spin. We'll get the second and last topics. There you go. So that's D group. And the last one is the OMO group. Okay. I'll make a more official list in our, wait, we actually have the list over here. Let's see, previous, it's an announcement, I think. Go. Okay. Let's make this list. This is for Monday next week. Open that here, class participation and group list. So the first one is Arambala group. Here we go. Start at 2 p.m. Your topic will be street length. Next is you can just copy this and erase the names. So wala na si fifth member. I don't think Roche will join. Next group is that one. The Matulak group. Matulak. Where is Matulak? Ah. Sales and Seno. This will be street proportion. We already discussed a bit about this in our earlier sections, but this section of the book really highlights the different kinds of proportions that are advisable for public streets. And like, what are the effects when the street becomes shorter in width and the buildings become taller, and vice versa? Okay. Not so much problem with that. Next group is the Balonda group. Rotunda, Baco. Ah, it auto fills in. I didn't realize that. And then Cyrilia. And after that, we have the D group. D. This one I need to type in. D. Unity 1, and then Street Unity 2. So this is the first 10 pages. I hate how it changes the color. And then this will be the second half, second 10 pages of the section. Let's make that bold here. And then the last group is the Homo group. That's a Katakis. Wano and this is axial planning. Let me just format this a bit better. I can change the colors here. Maybe orange is like that. Okay, that's good. Excuse me. Okay. Now, why did it alternate like this? Oh, gosh, didn't change. Oh well, I get so OCD about this sometimes. Just leave it like that. Okay, dismiss. Snip. Save street presentation schedule. Okay, so just forward this information to your classmates who are not here or AFK or whatever. Let's see here. Let's put that up in here. Page, group assignments, or we could also do it at around 3 because it's a bit short notice because we have a discussion today and then you have to immediately prepare for a presentation. Might not be so good. That's really because I can't attend the session on the 29th. I'm like booked for the whole afternoon. So we have to do it on the 25th. Sorry about your weekend. I think we can make it, instead of 2 to 3, we can just make it 3 to 4 instead for street reporting. design reporting. Yeah, I think we can do that. We'll just change the times here. So instead of 2 p.m., let's just say 3 p.m. 12 minutes again per group. And then if you're under time, it would be better. If you're overtime, it has to be a really good reason for you to be overtime. But also, don't make it like 2 minutes. So you're given 12 minutes. A good sort of practice would be to finish at the 10-minute mark, or maybe even the 8-minute mark. But if you're going to do only 2 minutes of presentation, that's like too short. Like you're not really explaining anything. Let me just put some notes here. Try to finish within the 12 minutes. 12 minutes. Minimum, let's say 8 minutes. Minimum presentation time is 8 minutes. It's good. Any questions on this? Any questions? I don't see any questions here. I think people are just happy to do it. Then we'll address a bit of the kanang presentation stuff in it's already 3 o'clock. Literally after I post this thing here. Edit, add image, downloads. Here we go. Enter. Okay, save and publish. So double check, see if you're there. Paglinawan, you're with me. I'll give you something, some reading assignments and a guide maybe in a few minutes, maybe by 3:30. You can start on that. But just some quick notes on the presentations here. Really everyone except the Arambala group. Let me see your notes here. Nucleus, great. 12 minutes, good. Under time, good. 6 minutes, under time, dense, but good. Okay, cohesive public experience. So 6 minutes is okay. I'd rather maybe we can add a bit more, like 2 minutes, like 8 minutes would be good. It's really just Arambala's group that really didn't have much to discuss. And I think it's because the book itself was very short on link plazas. But I think that would have been an advantage for your group. If I go back here to the section on link plazas, and so spaces linked by external reference point is only 1 page long. Could anyone from your group tell me, well, is it because wala mo kasabot sa short na section or because murag naglisod mo pangitag examples ng ano mo book kayo yung presentation? And also the fact that you guys didn't submit it to the canvas. Hello? Yeah, I think na busy with something, hopefully school related. Hello, Arambala group.
Yes, sir.
Iris,
Ako ay represent. Kanang
Yeah,
mostly
so-
so, kanang listed siya pang ito ng example, especially since like katong the main description na to, which mostly kanang process nga monotonous daw dapat ang plaza nga nasa external nga tower nga mo guide kintahay as a wayfinder. So listed siya pang ito.
so
Also
kuwang
since
siya,
kanang
kuwang
vague
siya.
ra kayo ang kuan ang explanation sa book. So tabo pa mig-interpret gud sa meaning gid ani sa example niyo for this particular plaza.
Yeah, so wala kayo makita na sample. So let's see here. Pero it still goes into, like, for example, in this paragraph here. The main square is an octagon enclosed by four palace buildings. Each palace consists of a large dominant central block connected originally by single-story wings to pavilion, blah, blah, blah. So I was hoping like kay kanira man gyud inyong section ni show unta mo kanang more images on each plaza. So if I recall, you had about 5 slides. So maybe you could have delved more locations and like so how I would have done this. Let's go to this location, Copenhagen. Yeah, Amelienborg, Copenhagen. This won't be a problem for the next presentations because everyone has like a dense, at least 10 pages to review. So this is just like a suggestion for not just Arambalas group, but for future groups. If you feel like kuwangan inyong pages or like di mo kita lain na example, you can focus more on the single example provided by the book. Like for example, this side. The external point is this building over here, the Frederickskirk building, Frederick's Church, and then the octagonal plaza here. So you could go into each of these buildings. You have an image here. Like talk about what do you think about this building? What about the design? What type of style is it? Is it Renaissance, Baroque, or like is it Neo-Renaissance or Neo-Baroque? Talk about the treatment on the windows, the walls. How does it sort of create this? What makes this space unique? You can talk about the shape, building heights. Everything is 2 stories. The color of the roof tiles. So for those who attended, I know that was Mom Solis's class. I joined Mom Solis's class yesterday, and it was a lecture by our kanang visiting professors from Hungary. And even the treatment of the face of the building and the roof tiles, the color of the tiles, it's a very big sort of issue for developments abroad, specifically in Hungary. So you could talk about stuff like this, the what they call this, the treatment of the road or the plaza itself with the brick, the color, the patterns. You can discuss that. So this is not normal. You don't see this like pattern sort of brickwork for sidewalks, even in London or like where it is, Copenhagen, Denmark. So over here, you can see the sidewalk widths. You can see the pattern over here. So it's even with the pattern of the sidewalk that the sort of link is established. And then over here, the sidewalk pattern is different. And then the building type, I think it's fair to say Renaissance, Baroque-ish looking. I think one of the key elements of Baroque architecture is would be a large pediment with an intersecting sort of keystone here, but it doesn't seem to have that. So I think this would be more Renaissance. The buildings around it would be more, I think, more Baroque. So if you see something like this, review of your archist, if you see this, like intersecting the arch or the arc, however you pronounce it, that would usually mean it's a Baroque building, because in kana traditional Renaissance style building, this would be just a clean arch, and you would see the columns around it. The fact that there are no like Roman columns here really makes it, to me, look more Baroque. Compare that to this building here, which is a lot more strict Renaissance. Let me move out a bit. So let's take a snip of this. This is faster than doing Photoshop, I just realized. The temple front, the Roman temple front, is very much seen. I don't even need to draw on top of it. The pediment is uninterrupted, very classical. And then if I zoom in here, can I zoom in? I don't think I can. No, I can't. If you look at the entablature here, again, there's no weird intersecting statues. This is Corinthian columns, if I'm not mistaken. And you have like statues over here. Every element is sort of given its own space to breathe. In Baroque architecture, they're playing around with the sort of Roman elements. So let's say take a look at this section over here. I think Sir Carl could give you a better explanation. You can see that the Roman arch is sort of intersected by these sort of non-structural keystones. The space in between the arches are decorated with some like patterns over here. Even this sort of railing is not plain. They're like perforations or like some patterns. Basically, it's not plain. There's a lot of kanang texture going on in Baroque architecture. So comparing that with the very clean look of like classical or Renaissance architecture. Okay. Anyway, so I was expecting something like that. So just like do that next time, but I don't think it will be a problem since all of you have at least 10 pages to work with. Okay, so let's do a quick sort of discussion on Philippine standards very quickly and international standards. So let's look at the urban design book over here. Urban design standards. Let me cut this into a second video because it's getting long. It will be hard.